Hi guys, it's Mrs. O'Keefe. Here are the answers to the performance task you guys were working on yesterday and last night to prepare for your test. So it tells us the fourth grade students at Skyline School sold candles to raise money. The money raised will be used to buy toys for children who live in a group home. The candle fundraiser table shows how many candles each class sold. So, excuse me, here is our data. We have the list of all of the teachers: Mr. Lee, Ms. Schmidt, Ms. Pickard, and Ms. Goldwasser. Sorry, can't really see it. It's tiny. The number of candles they sold and the amount they raised for each. And then off the side here, we have the different types of candles. So the first question says, about how much money did the fourth grade students raise? Explain. So once again, whenever it says to explain, you need to use words or numbers. But then you also need to make sure that word about means to estimate. They don't want the actual number. So this is just one sample of how they did it. They put together 32 and 47. So 32 from Mr. Lee, 47 from Ms. Goldwasser, and got 79. They rounded 79 to 80. And then they did 80 times 12. And the reason they put the 32 and 47 together, take a look here, is because they were $12 each. So they put the $12 together. So 80 times 12 was $960. Then they put together 25 and 18, 25 from Ms. Schmidt and 18, from Ms. Pickard, because they were both $14. So 25 plus 18 is 43. 43 is about 40. So 40 times 14 is $560. Add them both together, $960 plus $560 is $1,520. Could you have done them individually? Sure. Why would you want to, though? Try to put them together. Put the 12 and 12 together and 14 together. Question number 2, the school secretary needs to know exactly how much money was raised. So now we get the exact. So part A, how much money did Ms. Schmidt's class raise? Use an area model and partial products. So again, Ms. Schmidt was 25 candles sold at $14 each. So here we have the area model, 25, 14. We have the partial products, 20 times 10 is 200, 20 times 4 is 80, 5 times 10 is 50, and 5 times 4 is 20. We add them all together, and $350 raised in Ms. Schmidt's class. Part B, how much money did Ms. Pickard's class raise? Use the distributive property to find the product. So Ms. Schmidt was 25 candles at $14. So, not Ms. Schmidt, Ms. Pickard. Ms. Pickard, 18 candles at $14. So 18 times 14. So they broke apart 18 into 10 and 8. And then added together, or multiplied, the 10 and the 4. So 10 plus 8 plus 10 plus 10 plus 8 plus 4, breaking it apart. 10 times 10, and then we add that together to 8 times 10, 10 times 4, 8 times 4, So that's breaking it apart just like we would if we were to do it up and down using the expanded algorithm. So we get the the partial products, of 180, 40, and 32, and we get 252. So again, this gets broken down into simpler parts, just like if we were to have off to the side here and did 18 times 14, and then we had all of our little parentheses on the outside. That's what all these little parentheses are, right? 10 times 10, 8 times 10, and so on. Part C, how much money did the fourth grade students raise? Explain. So now we need to know an actual. So what did they do? We did together again the 32 and 47, and we had 79 instead of an about, right? It was 79 here. So if you got the right answers over here for putting them together, 79 times 12 would be 948. And if you look, that was pretty close to 960. And then the 25 and 18, we know, 25 and 18, that was 43. So we add those together, 948 and 350 and 252. Oh, look what they did. I apologize. They didn't even, if you did this, you don't even need to go back to it. 948 was for the classes that we didn't talk about yet. So Miss Lee's class and Miss Goldwater. So the $12, that's where we got the 948. The 252 came from that question. And then if you got this question, we got 350. So you only had to do one part here, but then put it all together. So $948 plus 350 plus 252, $1,550. Is the total amount of money raised from Part C reasonable based on the estimate found in exercise number 1? Yep. Yes. 1,550 is reasonable because it is close to 1,520. So that's what we got in the first problem, and that's what we got as the actual. Pretty close. The 4th grade students at Skyland School decide to buy the toys shown. They buy 68 toys in all. They buy at least 25 of each type. They cannot spend money they cannot spend more money than was raised. So how many of each toy can be bought following the directions from the buying toys list? Find the total cost for the numbers you chose. So again, this is just a sample answer. The students can buy 30 scooters and 38 teddy bears. 30 scooters cost $840 because they're $28, okay? And 38 teddy bears would cost $646 because they're $17. So $840 plus $646 is $1,486, which is less than $1,550. So there are your answers. Hopefully you guys check them. We'll go over any questions you guys have. But please make sure that you are using your time in the morning to check them. And that's it. I will see you soon.